There's an opportunity that we all have that I didn't have when I started my business 2005 to 2006. This wasn't available. This is available now. There's no reason why you can't make it. There's no reason why you can't win if you understand and capitalize off of creating commercials on the new cable networks.
This is Secrets for Success.
Welcome to the Secrets for Success podcast. I'm your host, Greg Todd. Thank you, as always, for joining me, my friends. We're going to talk about the new cable networks, the new opportunity that is in front of every single one of you. I don't know if a lot of you are using this, but you need to. And that's what I did this past weekend. We had a few waves of clients that came in, spent 3 days with us each, and we helped them build out commercials for the new cable networks. And if you're not doing that, you need to start doing it. Like, period, the end. You need to start to build out your commercials. There's an opportunity that we all have that I didn't have when I started my business 2005 to 2006. This wasn't available. This is available now. There's no reason why you can't make it. There's no reason why you can't win if you understand and capitalize off of creating commercials on the new cable networks. So before I get into how you create commercials, what commercials look like, what are the new cable networks, I want to give you a story from 2006. 2006 is when I now am starting our new location, the Wesley Chapel Clinic. That clinic cost me $80,000 that I didn't have, but I I got a line of credit on my home. I mean, I was able to invest in $80,000 in getting this clinic ready to be able to open up for the public. And I truly thought that I could put my money there. I wasn't even thinking. I was so ignorant. I didn't even understand that um, that I had no budget allocation for marketing for sales because I was ignorant. I thought that if I had the awesome clinic, if I had the cool high-low tables, if I had all the nice, cool gym flooring and the rooms are nice and painted and just everything in a 2,500 square foot place, everybody would come because I have an OCS, I have a CFCS, I have all these certifications. I've worked at the top professional tennis players in the world. I've worked at professional basketball players, blah, 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 all this stuff. Nothing happened. Okay. All the people that said they were going to send to me, hardly any of them said to me, and it was a hot mess. And I was in trouble. And I was sick and tired of the marketing strategy that I was using, which really was no strategy. But what I was doing at the time was going from door to door, doctor's office to doctor's office, business to business, gyms to gyms, and I was getting nothing. Okay. I was getting nothing. And it was frustrating. And I just felt like every client that I had, honestly, I just felt like I needed to hold on to them because if these people left, I would not be able to pay my rent. I would not be able to pay um, the little payroll I was giving myself and my 2 part-time people. It was a hot mess, man. It was terrible. It was a really, really scary time. I would have to see patients like any time that they would be willing to come in. I remember this one lady, she said, the only time I can come in is 6 o'clock in the morning. And she would see me sometimes on Saturdays in the afternoon. And so that was my schedule. Like sometimes I had to be there, like get out of my house at 5 o'clock, get to the clinic at 6 so I could see this lady by myself, which that wasn't even good. That was so bad. Right. And then sometimes I'd have to see people on a Saturday afternoon. Like it was that crazy because I didn't have a pipeline of new people coming into my world because I didn't understand marketing. I didn't understand proper sales. I didn't understand the power of getting attention. And so I say that to you because on a Saturday, right, which is usually the only time that I actually turn on TV, and usually it's like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I got home and maybe finishing up some notes. I don't know, it's just doing all that stuff. And then watching college football on a Saturday and seeing these commercials. You just say, gosh, if I had the money to be on like CBS and be on these, ESPN or whatnot, like I can get in front of people because I know I'm good. I know my stuff is good. I know people will get help with me, but I got to get on commercials. Okay. So let me fast forward. It's like 4 months into like when I'm really, really, really at my low and I cannot get in front of people and nothing's working. I got this opportunity. I got this opportunity from a guy who was a salesman, and he basically was a salesperson for this AM radio station. And he got in touch with my office and basically said, hey, I can't remember his name, but he said he was from 1620 AM. And he said that, that he wanted to present an offer to me to have a 30-minute segment that no other physical therapist had taken. But he had doctors and he had this and he had all these other people that had taken this thing. And this is a way that you can get exposure and people can see you as the go-to. You can just answer questions for us. And we're going to get you in front of our audience because we have a station and our station is 1620. Now, he couldn't tell me at the time how much people I can get in front of, but he just told me that this is what you can do. And guys, let me tell you something. I was desperate. And I remember as he was speaking, I set up another phone call with him. And I remember saying, listen, as tight as things are, and I don't have the money, I know I need to have money to be able to pay myself and my 2 part-time people. If he charges me $2,500 or less, I'm doing it. And at that time, there was no proof that it's 16:20 a.m. There's no proof I'm going to get in front of anybody, but I was desperate. And then he came back and he said, it's $5,000 a month. It was so deflating, and I knew I couldn't afford it, and I knew that if it did not work right away, I would have gone out of business and I would have lost everything. So I ended up telling him, no, I can't do it. And you know what I did after that? I wish I could tell you it was a great ending, but I just hustled even more. And now sometimes after I finish seeing patients at 2, 3 o'clock on a Saturday, I would just go and try to hit up other businesses that were open. And I just kept on working and working and working. And luckily, eventually it paid off. But I want to go back to how hard it was back then to be able to get in front of people. And the only way I could get a commercial was if I paid some random no-name radio station $5,000 a month, or if I paid $100,000 or $50,000 to a big, TV syndicate. And so that's the reason why I want to present to you guys the new opportunity that's in front of us right now. We have new cable networks today. Now, I want to ask you a couple of questions. When was the last time you actually used your cable TV? Now, I can't hear you because I'm doing a podcast. I'm in the studio, but I wonder which one you use more. Have you used your phone and social media more, or have you used cable TV more? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you've used your phone more. Guys, the phone is a new cable network. So let's talk about these cable networks that are in front of all of us today. And let's talk about how much it costs for us to be able to put commercials on these new cable networks today. All right, so I don't have, well, I kind of do have cable at my house. I have YouTube TV, right? So it's a streaming service. It technically is kind of cable. In this area, in the Clearwater, Tampa Bay area, we have a cable network also called Spectrum, okay? And you usually pay, $100, $80, $100, $150 a month to get these cable channels, all right? I don't use it that much. I use ESPN, HGTV. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, those are like the main ones that we use. But the one that I use the most is I use the new cable networks. I use OCN, I use CCN, I use EECN, and and then TCN, So let's talk about each of those. Let's talk about OCN. OCN is the opinion cable network. Okay, there's usually about 3 to 4 billion people that use this cable network all the time. I don't know how many people use YouTube TV, but I know on OCN, it's usually somewhere between 3 to 4 billion people use it at least a few times a year. Okay, you probably get about 1 to 2.5 billion that use it every single month. Here's the crazy part about this. On this network, you're allowed to put commercials on for free. Isn't that crazy? Now, you can pay money to put commercials on so that even more people see it. But if your commercial is actually good, they will put your commercial in front of more people without you even having to pay a penny. You know what OCN is? OCN is the Opinion Cable Network. That is Facebook. Facebook is a platform where people give their opinions. They give their opinions on Trump and Zelensky. They give their opinions on Trump and Vance. They give their opinions on Elon. They give their opinions on what's happening with the Gulf of America versus Gulf of Mexico versus Canada versus China versus tariffs. And people give all their opinions. And everybody comes to see other people's opinions. People act like they're the chief of staff for the United States of America. Okay, now here's the crazy part about it. There are people that actually think that their opinions are going to change anything by putting it on a network. And by the way, that's fine. I implore those people to keep on giving your opinions. You do you, boo. Give your opinions. But can I tell you something? I know that people are on those networks just like they're not coming and turning on YouTube TV or Spectrum to go watch a Doritos commercial. They're cutting on those platforms to watch the football game. They're coming on those platforms to watch Flip and Flop. They're coming on the platforms to watch college football, Ohio State versus Michigan. They're coming on the platforms to watch Lakers versus Celtics. But they since they're on the platform anyways, they're going to watch the commercial for Doritos. They're going to watch a commercial for Dell. They're going to watch a commercial for Wingstop. By the way, I love the Wingstop commercials. The music's amazing. Okay. All right. But that's what they're going to do. Okay. They're coming on the networks, and we are able to put commercials on the networks. The networks will put the commercial in front of a few people, and the people didn't resonate with the commercial, meaning that they didn't engage on a commercial. Then they just say, okay, we're not going to put this commercial in front of any other people. But it's for free. And I'm just thinking of this weekend when we had these people here and we created 75 pieces of content commercials for them. Like their commercials are going to at least be seen by 500 people. I mean, minimum each one. All right. On average, maybe some a little bit less, some a little bit more, but 500. So you're doing 75 commercials, 500. It's like nearly 40,000 eyeballs. And that's saying no commercial does really good. 40,000 eyeballs. I was going to pay $5,000 a month to be on 1620 AM. You guys, that's the perspective that I have on why I am so consistent. I'm so consistent with my commercials and my content and my podcast. I don't usually miss a lot of weeks. I think I might have missed last week a little bit, but for the most part, I've been doing this for 10 years now. It's because I understand how hard it was before. And you can't take advantage of this if you don't put out the commercials. So that's why I told my clients, I'm like, put out the darn commercials. Put the commercials out. There's many different ways to do commercials. And maybe I'll talk about that in the next, podcast. But, I mean, let's talk about that. So like the way that I did this with my clients is I interviewed my clients across from this desk. Okay. There's another set of cameras over here. All right. And so what I did is I just interviewed them. All right. I used custom based marketing assistants that we created for them based on their business to help us create questions that I could ask them about who they serve, their audience, what things they love, what things they hate, certain tips, certain solutions, all these different things. I was able to get their AI assistants to help generate these awesome questions. We took the top questions and we interviewed them, and then we created commercials out of it. Okay. There are certain commercials where people like to read more. There's certain commercials where people like to just listen more. There's certain commercials that people like to view and see the person more. There's different ways to do those commercials. Okay. It's just different like ways you can go about, positioning it. And that's really it. So why are you not doing commercials? Why? By the way, I only talked about the OCN. The OCN is the Opinion Cable Network. You want to know what else there is? There's a CCN. That's a comparison cable network. That's Instagram. There's 1.5 to 2.5 million people on that platform too. Here's what they do on the platform. They go on there and they compare their pictures with each other and their videos. And in their pictures, they usually like rent cars and act like they're about to fall off of a cliff and this and that, because, everybody wants a little oxytocin in their life and a little dopamine. They want to feel like they're connected. They want people to feel like they're important, and they want to feel like they're valued and loved. So they do that. And I know that billions of people will do that. But while billions of people are doing that so they can get their dopamine hit, you can put up commercials for free. And if your stuff is good, those billions of people have kids that are struggling with sensory integration issues. Those people have pelvic floor issues. Those people have hurt shoulders and hurt backs and hurt knees and hurt hips. Guys, like they're all there. You can do it for free. Just put your commercial out. And then there's the EECN network, and that is the Entertainment entertainment and educating cable network. That's YouTube. People go there to be educated. People go there also to be entertained. Probably entertained more than they're educated. So some people go there to go watch Mr. Beast videos and see how long he can keep his head under the water. I don't know. Like, and then you got some people that are going there and say, hey, like, I want to figure out how to fix my toilet at home and I don't want to pay anybody to do it. Either way, you could put commercials on there too. This is the world we're living in. And then you got the TCN, which is the talking head cable network, and that's TikTok, right? And on TikTok today, you could just put out content, and we don't even look at Google anymore. Now, when you go somewhere, you want to see it, you want to experience it, you want to go inside of it. You don't want to just see some 5 stars and say, "Oh, it was great." No, you want somebody to show it. I'm even just watching my behavior right now on Amazon. I'm trying to order these sleeping speakers, like, so I can sleep, and it's like a sleeve that goes around your kind of your head, and it goes to your neck, and I want to be able to like play music. I want to be able to play this like calming music while I'm sleeping at night, but I don't want my AirPods in because I'm sleeping on my side and it'll fall out. It just feels uncomfortable, right? But now I'm even looking that in order for me to make a decision on something, there has to be a video that goes along with the product that I'm buying. You guys, our behavior is changing. We are relying so much on these networks to be able to consume information to make the decisions that we need to make. And most of these networks have the ability for us to have free commercials that we can put in front of people. We don't even have to pay. All you have to have is just a little willingness and a little courage to do it. That's what I want to present to you today. I want to challenge you. Are you putting out commercials? Are you giving yourself the opportunity for sales and marketing to not be an issue in your business? Guys, if you're not doing that, then I'm sorry. Today, I don't know how much longer they're going to allow us to be able to do this for free. Today, you have the opportunity to do this. Come on, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. And, I just finished, this was my 3rd or 4th wave of people that have done this commercial-based event. And today, my client said, we need more of this. Like, we need more. So I'm actually going to be adding more of these events in the future. And if you want to be a part of the next one, then go ahead and, I don't know, comment traffic event. And you can text me that at 813-534-6453. And I can give you some details on the next one if there is any availability and we have any spots. Obviously, I have to give it to my clients that pay me, to be a part of my yearly programs first. But if there's other spots or when those spots become open, I can present that, to you. But guys, like, it's so crazy because business, like, I get it. Our economy sucks for a lot of people, and I don't want to discredit that. But geez, for those of you in business, man, there's never been times like this that you can get in front of people for free. You can present offers to people. You don't have to wait for anybody to tell you how much you're going to charge, this, that, or the other. Fine. You can't charge a lot because of the people you're serving. No problem. You can create online stuff. People will consume things online today. So you can make lots of money that way. You can make lots of money by charging a few people a lot of money. You can find those people. It's like there's just no excuse anymore, but you got to have courage. You got to be willing to put yourself out there. You got to have a little strength, got to have a little moxie about you. You know what I mean? So anyways, that's it, man. Start doing some commercials, y'all. Let's get it. Till next time.